Alright everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel, and to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video, and to stay tuned on in towards the second half of the video. I'm going to share with you guys a ticker symbol you won't want to miss, that you definitely want to have on your watch list moving forward, and presenting itself as an opportunity, as well as the ticker symbols I mentioned yesterday morning over at the Discord with the members. And if that's something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. So here we are with CLOV stock, Clover Health Investments, and this is a stock that I've been talking about. It broke through one of the most important support levels at 1338, 1340, pulled down to newer lows. We saw the new lowest point was down here at 1240 range, and it broke through that, and we're actually below it. So what does that mean for the stock? Well, the stock is going into further weakness. It has been very subtle. It had a nice jump early on in the morning, but that jump was only 5% for it to then lose that 5% plus another 4%, almost down a total amount of about anywhere between 5 to 9% on the day. So the stock is just going into further weakness. It's actually broken through supports that were vital, and it kind of lost that traction within this channel for it to actually be able to force another short squeeze and make shorts have to cover, because the only way shorts cover is when the stock is going up and they're forced to buy back shares. If not, as it's going lower, it's just making them more and more comfortable to continue to short the stock, or even go heavier to make more on the stock's price movement downwards. So it is important to be aware that Clover stock right now, and Clover Health, CLOV stock, has actually been going into further weakness, and it's touching levels of weakness. So what do we got to look for going into next week and Monday? The first thing is the 50-day moving average. It's 1280. Anything below it is bearish. Anything above it is bullish. Now, we're getting closer to newer support levels that I've talked about before, and this point of reference right here is 1087, 1088. I've talked about it before, and this is an informal support level that I would use to watch if this is going into further weakness. So that's the next support level beyond where the stock is at right now, because literally the lowest point of the day was 1203, which is just a few cents away from where it currently sits at 1208. And that is something that I want every single investor and viewer to be aware of, that if that gets broken through, which is just a few cents away, the next support level I'm watching is 1087, and I want to watch if the bulls try to reappear and bring it back up, or if the bears are tearing this one down fairly fast. Now, on the other side of things, the 50-day moving average is key for the bulls to gain leverage and control again over the chart, to break through it, get back into bullish territory, and build some momentum. But that's not where it needs to only stop, and that's it. They need to continue pushing upwards, and the highest point before the dip was right here at 1326. That's a key resistance level for this to actually build momentum and have a staircase effect, right? Actually push up to this point and then push up to newer highs and newer resistance levels by doing the staircase movement, right? So that is important to actually be aware of this and actually see if the bulls can do this and continue to push upwards, because it's so important right now that the bulls come together and do this to push the stock up, making the shorts eventually have to squeeze the stock because they have to buy back. But the longer this stays sideways or in this subtle downward momentum, the bulls are just losing more and more traction every single time, whether it's in the short term or if this continues in a long-term trend to the downwards. So 1326 is key right now for the bulls to pull further away from the 50-day moving average and reach newer highs and new resistance levels. And then obviously they want to break through the highest point of the day, which was 1344, and then continue to break through newer highs and new resistance levels beyond that. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with the friends so they can receive the insight as well. And all I ask for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. I have to share with you guys a ticker symbol you won't want to miss, as well as the opportunities I found yesterday morning and I shared with the Discord members. And if that's something you want to become part of and you want to know what stocks I watch daily, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. Stay tuned. So the ticker symbol I want to share with you guys today is one that's actually pulled back and it's consolidated. And before we look at the chart, I want to share with you guys the opportunities I found yesterday over at the Discord. I shared it with the members. And if that's something you want to become part of and you're interested, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you will become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. So we caught MATX at $1, jumped up to 104, giving us about a 4% opportunity. Now GERN, we caught it at 163, giving us a home run opportunity on the day. CBLI, caught it at 512, fell back down to 5, jumped up to 530, giving us a 5 to 10% opportunity. And then we went ahead and caught UTME at 1940, pulled back to the 18s. I was watching it with caution. I was really focused on inflow, and it jumped up, giving a 10% opportunity. And throughout the rest of the day, it gave 5 to 10% opportunities through the ups and downs. Now, the one ticker symbol that I mentioned after the bell, and this was when it was jumping up and it got halted, was ALFI. It got halted. This was one stock we already hit a home run on this week. I don't like to recycle stocks, but I was watching it because of the momentum. If it pulled back and if inflow continued to come back in, it was presenting itself as an opportunity. So let's look at these charts together. And GERN was one of our home runs of the day. And this is the possible opportunity of a highest point of 30% plus. Mentioned it at 163, pulled back to the 150s and took off for the rest of the day. Now, one of the best strategies I use is a stop loss limit order. I do not buy in the pre-market. I try to buy in the weakness of the dip of the first several minutes of the day. And it pulled back for the first 30 minutes. And just hypothetically speaking, to give you guys an example, I would have bought somewhere in that dip, right? Put my stop loss limit order. And if it doesn't execute, I ride the momentum until I find it to be actually worth getting out, right? And usually my goal is 5 to 10%. So on this type of stock, I would have caught the dip somewhere around this area, put a 10% stop loss limit order, and if it doesn't execute, I ride the momentum. My stop loss limit order is the cost of trying, and if it executes, I move on and I go ahead and find another opportunity, or I just take that day off until I find another opportunity the next day and move on. You can't revenge trade, and you can't chase a trade going insane trying to find gains that you already lost, right? So it's very important. It's all about timing and execution and having a strategy. Now, ALF, I talked about it as it was going downwards at 682, pulled back to the 650s, and then it jumped up to a point here of giving about 725, 730 range at a highest point, pulled back down in a matter of minutes, and it hit the lowest point of 640, and even catching it anywhere in this area. If you put a 10% stop loss limit order, even at the 640 range, it would not touch it. You ride the momentum and volatility, and then if it goes back up, you make your 10 to 20%, your 5 to 10%, because it gave a highest point of 25% plus. Started watching it here, kind of sat sideways and dipped a little bit, and took off towards the middle of the day. So if this is something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. So what's the stock you want to add to your watch list? Well, it is TRUE, True Car Inc. So True Car Inc. is a stock that I started watching this past weekend. I mentioned it on the Patreon, and it's been sitting sideways, and it was actually dipping pretty hard, and we've caught it at a consolidation period, right? This stock has actually become profitable in 2020. The goal is for it to continue staying profitable quarter over quarter. Now, the first quarter of 2021 has not been the best, and that's probably why the stock actually has been pulling back, and that recent earnings was not as strong, right? We saw the quarters and they're doing all right, but they're not as strong as they could be, right? Of profitability. They're beating expectations, but they're not actually profitable, making the value of the stock actually go down. Now, there's no better time than now to do research on this stock because it's only up a 20% jump from its most recent lows in April, and from the lows of November 2020, it's actually up close to 50% where it's at now. So this is definitely a time to do research on a stock that could either go into further weakness, presenting itself to become a better and bigger opportunity, or actually watch it before the next catalyst that actually makes it shoot up to newer highs. I definitely would encourage every single investor to do more research on this stock to understand how things are turning out for this company. And as always, this is not financial advice. I'm just here to enlighten you guys on the stocks I'm watching, why I'm watching them, and what I like about it in the charts. And in no shape or form am I telling anyone to buy, sell, or hold any positions on any of the stocks I mentioned. But thank you guys so much for watching. I encourage you guys to do more research. This is definitely one that I have on my watch list, and I would definitely like to share with you guys. And thank you guys so much for watching. Let's make some money.